So I came to York from a very diverse comprehensive school, so it was quite difficult for me at first. You don't really notice how different you are until you kind of stumble into a space where not many people look like you or have the same experiences as you. There is a reason why history is one of the most top 10 employable degrees in the country, but is the third most unpopular among BME students. From a young age, we're taught that history is a very exclusive subject, especially with what we learn. So why would anyone want to study a history where they're not represented, which they can't identify with? So from GCSEs onwards, history cohorts are increasingly less diverse.
Last year, the RHS released a report on race and ethnicity within history, and the University of York ran a workshop about the report. Olivia and I attended the workshop and we found some of the conversations really interesting, really relevant, but unfortunately not many students went, especially not undergrads. So we came up with the idea of the conference as a way of helping undergrads participate, take ownership of the discipline at a really early stage. We hope that it will give them transferable skills, so things like researching, doing proper historical research rather than basic essay level things. Communicating that research, presenting it in front of an audience, and all of these skills are really transferable, really useful no matter what career you choose to go into.
History undergraduates will not only be our future historians, they'll be our future politicians, teachers, civil servants. So we hope students will learn from these discussions and will take these values into whatever workplace they choose to go into. Even when some research claims to be investigating diversity, they're not very inclusive. So people will study the history of the LGBT+ movement but only focus on white people, or study the history of disability but only focus on men. So it's really important that we study these intersections because we're never going to create an accurate or fair representation of history if we're studying history this way.
To get involved in the conference, you need to submit an abstract of between 100 and 250 words. This can be a piece of work that you're doing for your university course, or it can just be something you're interested in researching in your own time. The subject has to be marginalised history and preferably intersectional. We're not specifying time period and we're not specifying location. Apart from that, you also need to submit a CV, something short. It doesn't matter really. It's not about your experience, it's about gauging that you are an undergraduate and that you are interested. You can choose to present as a panellist or to present a poster if you'd prefer. If we really like your research, but we don't have any panellist slots left, we might ask you to present a poster instead. All of this needs to be submitted by December 1st.
So you'll be sat on a panel. There will be 4 undergraduate students and the panel will be chaired by an academic. You'll have 10 minutes to speak. You don't have to use a PowerPoint if you don't want to, but we do advise visual aids. And there will be afterwards a period of maybe 20 minutes where there'll be audience participation, you can answer some questions, and there'll also be breaks throughout the day where you can develop these conversations. So if you have any more questions, please get in touch with us through our email address or you can contact us through our website, and we hope to see you on February the 28th.